What's up, YouTube? DJ here with Tim's Nation, bringing you another Warhammer 40K battle report. Today, I'm joined here with Lane DeLong. How you doing today, buddy?
Good. How you doing, DJ?
Well, looking forward to getting the Grey Knights on the table. It's been a little while since I played them. Been on a Necron kick, but looking at Ark of Omens, there's a couple things I wanted to try with the new detachment and not having to take strike and spend points on those. So the list I built today is based around the Ark of Omens detachment and how things will function. You're still using the Nephilim, right?
I'm still using a battalion. I do have some ideas for the Ark of Omen detachment. I just don't have the models for it yet.
It's going to be really interesting to see when you can eliminate some things and really bulk up on it, which you'll see some of that with my list today. But before I jump into my list, what did you bring today? Leagues of Votaan? What do we got?
All right, so today I'm bringing the Leagues of Votaan. This is a Ymir conglomerate army, so that just means several things. First of all, everything in the army has a 5-up invuln. The trucks, the Hecaton land fortresses, they will have a 4-up invuln. Also, in addition to that, all my guns have an extra 4 inches of range. And anytime I'm shooting at an enemy target that's got a judgment token on it, if I'm within half range, I get an extra pip of AP. Now, as far as units, I've got 2 HQs. We have a high call. It's an upgraded call. So she can give out Chapter Master rerolls to 1 core unit, and she also gives rerolls of 1 to any core unit within 6 inches of her. And she's got the Warlord trait, Ancestor's Eye. It basically means in her command phase, she can give out 2 judgment tokens to 2 different units. Also, we've got a Forge Master. This is an upgraded Iron Forge, or Iron Master. And he has his unit of 4 little robot helpers that go along with him. He has the Warlord trait Master Armorer. So that means a couple things. First of all, he can zero out a failed armor save on a vehicle within 6 inches of him once per turn. In addition to that, he heals vehicles for flat 4. He heals them for flat 3, and as long as he has one of those robot companions with him, he gets an extra one. So it's usually flat 4. During the command phase, he gives 1 vehicle or core unit plus 1 to hit in the shooting. And also he reduces the cost of a war gear stratagem by 1 CP once per battle round. Going on to troops, we have 3 10-man squads of Hearthkin warriors. 2 of them have the bolters, and 1 has the ion blasters. All 3 have a magna rail. 2 of them have missile launchers. Each squad has a scanner unit in it, so that means they'll be ignoring light cover. And each squad has a medic pack, just meaning that they will ignore the first failed armor save. And in the command phase, I can bring back D3 guys for 1 command point. In the elites, we have 2 5-man squads of berserks. These guys have the plasma axes. It means they get a strike attack or a sweep attack. When they do the sweep attacks, they get 6 attacks. So these guys will be putting out plenty of attacks. In addition, we've got 2 in our fast attack slot. We've got 2 of the Hearthkin Pioneer squads. One's going to be a 6-man squad, and one's going to be a 3-man squad. These guys have a 12-inch pregame move, 12-inch regular move, and for every 3 bikes, there is a rotary cannon in there, so they get plenty of shots. And finally, in the heavy support slot, we've got 2 Hecaton land fortresses. One of them has a magna rail, the other has an SP conversion beamer, and the SP conversion beamer truck has ion beamers on the smaller guns. So 2 different loadouts there, and I'll kind of explain which one is firing in the game.
Now over here to the real reason everyone's here to watch the video, because no one wants to see Votaan win again.
You barely can see them. They're like 3 feet tall.
Short jokes. We have the Grey Knights. So I am using an Ark of Omens detachment, and I'll go over what benefits I'm gaining from that in the end. This is a Sword Bearer's detachment, and that gives me a stratagem called Mark for Death, which allows me to target a unit within 12 inches and give all other Sword Bearer's units plus 1 to hit when targeting that unit. I also get a Psychic Power that is a Warp Charge value 7, 18-inch range off of the Psyker. It targets a friendly Sword Bearer's vehicle. Each time a unit makes a ranged attack against, I target the enemy vehicle. And each time a Sword Bearer's vehicle unit makes a ranged attack, I get plus 1 to wound. So a little bit of buffs there since, well, I have 4 vehicles. The Dread Knights are vehicles. Going into my army, a lot of 3 in the HQ, 3 in the heavy, 3 in the fast attack. I'm sorry, 4 in the HQ. 4 in the HQ. The Grandmaster's also in HQ. So we have 3 10-man squads of interceptors. 2 of them are going to combat squad. 1 is going to stay as a 10-man. The 10-man is going to have halberds, while the 2 of the 5-mans are falchions, 2 of the 5-mans are swords, and there's 2 silencers as well estrewed within the 5-mans. Then we have 2 Grey Knight librarians. 1 is going to be the super smite hammer guy. He has the warlord trait for +1 mortal wound, and then he's also coming with purifying flame and vortex of doom. The other guy, he's got gate of infinity and warp shaping, so I can still move things around. The third HQ, because there's 2 Libbies, the Grandmaster. He has empiric amplification and sanctuary. He's also kitted out with a 3+ invuln once per game, and to jump away if he gets shot at. Over to Castellan Crow, which Castellan Crow is pivotal for the role of, I really like this model, and he wasn't too expensive to get in my list. I don't know if he's going to mess with the synergies of it, but I did spend 1 CP to give him his Warlord trait. He is not the Warlord, the Grandmaster is, but gave him the Warlord, his own personal Warlord trait to help boost his attacks in combat. I really feel it's necessary with him every time. The Grey Knight Librarian has the Warlord trait to get the +1 damage, as I said before. And then finally, we have 3 Nemesis Dread Knights, all with Gatling Silencer and Psy Cannon. The 2 of them have the personal teleporter, and the one with the hammer does not. Most likely, I'm going to put him in Deep Strike. All right, Lane, why don't you give us what mission we're playing today?
Today we are playing Mission 13 from Warzone Nephilim. It's Data Scry Salvage. This is a hold 2, hold 3, hold more primary mission. It also has data terminals as a rule, basically sticky objectives. If you hold an objective in no man's land with any kind of OBSEC unit, if you hold it through your command phase, then even if they move off of it, you'll still have that until an opponent actually gets on the objective. And then the secondary, or the progressive objective, is data intercept. Basically, this is the one where you have a unit, any unit in your army can perform the action on the objective in your deployment zone, and you get a number of points equal to the number of objectives in no man's land that you control. So if you control 2 objectives in no man's land, you get 2 points.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming out to get this game. To get things started, basically, the terrain is pretty symmetrical across the map. It doesn't matter which side we're deploying on. So to make things easier, we're just going to roll this dice here. I'm going to call out an even. Winner can pick it if where the loser deploys first or second, just to make it simple. So Lane, ready? Odd or even?
Odd.
And it's even. So Mr. DeLong, go deploy your dwarfs.
All right.
All right, and we're back. Armies are deployed. Lane, let's start with your secondaries.
The secondaries I'm taking for this game, I'm going to take Abhor the Witch, because there are a lot of witches in my opponent's army.
Yeah, there are.
They're all witches, in fact. I'm also going to take Ancestors Are Watching, which is a Votaan-specific secondary. Just means in each phase in which I kill something that has a judgment token on, I get 2 points. If that thing has 3 judgment tokens, I get 3 points. It's per phase, so I can get it in the shooting phase, the combat phase, Overwatch, whatever. However, at the end of the game, for every unit that my opponent still has on the board that has at least 1 judgment token, I lose a point. So while it sounds like it's easy to max out, I can lose some points on it. And then my third one is Grudge Match, and we pick 5 of DJ's units. And I get 2 points for killing each one of them as long as they're 150 points or more, which they all will be. And then I get 3 points.
Hey, my librarians are not.
Well, I will pick.
And neither is Crow.
Librarians.
And neither is Crow.
I will not pick them.
And now over to the Grey Knights. I'm deploying really defensively just to try to not get blasted by Votaan guns on the first turn of the game. It doesn't sound like a good idea. Sounds like a bad time. So we're hiding out here, but I still have us measured out to be able to tag some objectives on the first turn should I go first and hit a purifying ritual. The secondaries I'm taking for this game are going to be Purifying Ritual, because that's an that's a super easy one. I'm going to do Teleport Strike because I got a lot of stuff jumping around, so we're going to try and see if I can't score a couple points off that. And last, Engage on all fronts. I'm going to make this a quick game one way or another. In reserve, I have one Dread Knight with a hammer, Castellan Crow, my Mortal Wound Librarian, and one 10-man that's combat squatted to two 5-man interceptors. All right, all that's left is to roll to see who's going to go first. Lane, you got any preference?
Actually, no, I can probably go either way.
I kind of want to go first. I kind of would like to go first and get the jump and not lose some interceptors to nothing. So let's see what we get. 5 for me. And a 2. Looks like my Christmas miracle occurs, and I will be going first. Just in case as well, the book is the 6, and there is actually a pip for a 1.
And I've got a little beardy Space Dwarf as my 6, and also just the 1.
Lane's pregame, he moved his bikes back a little bit just so he's not getting jumped by Dread Knights easily, making me have to work for it. Here we are at the end of the Grey Knight movement phase. The Grandmaster Dread Knight popped 2 CP to shunt move across the table, looking down here at the Hecaton.
I don't like the way he's looking at me.
Hey, he likes the way he's looking at you. The 10 interceptors went and jumped behind the wall to be able to propel themselves forward if need be, still staying hidden. The 5-man's chaining its way out. If I want to be able to get that Purifying Ritual, or at least try to, and if they get shot at, maybe he'll only take out 2, and the 3 hiding behind the wall can stay alive and keep it the squad. And this 5 is tucked nicely in back there to also Purifying Ritual. In the back corner, I'm keeping my 2 Dread Knights here for later in the game, or 1 Dread Knight back there for later in the game. And the Librarian's going to try and Gate of Infinity one of them to go join his buddy over there. The tide that I'm currently in is the Tide of Convergence. It's going to be plus 6-inch range to all my side weapons, and Mortal Wounds with Nemesis weapons in combat. So now we're going to go over to the Psychic phase. Start things off, the Librarian. He's going to cast Gate on one of the Dread Knights. That'll pass on an 11. So we'll jump him over to... I think we'll have to go like right here. Let's see if that's got the 9. Just keeping him out of 9. Can the Hecaton shoot at me?
He can do Aspect Scan, but this is in the Psychic phase, so it doesn't count. It's only Reinforcement step.
Got it. Fair enough. Thank you. That's good to know. And then we will go back to the Psychic test. The Dread Knight is going to try and cast the Swordbearer's special power onto this Hecaton. So he needs a 7. That's a 6. I'll spend a command point on a reroll because I really do want this. Still didn't get it. Okay. And I'm going to cast Empiric Amplification on this here Hecaton.
Isn't that what you just...
No. I did he casted. Now we're going over to the Grandmaster Dread Knight. So the Grandmaster Dread Knight is going to cast the Grey Knight's Psychic Power Empiric Amplification.
Okay.
I have 2 damage boosting psychic powers because of it'll pass that. So I'm going to be doing more damage to him with side weapons. And we will, his second power is going to be a Smite. Passes, D3 mortal. 1 mortal to it. To finish things off, we'll do our warp rituals. So we'll start with the 10-man interceptor. Pass. The 5-man on objective 4. Pass on a 5. And the one's hiding behind a wall. Pass. Cool. So I'm going to get 3 warp rituals on that. And we'll be back for the shooting phase. Alright, so my first shooting attack is going to be the Grandmaster shooting at the Hecaton. He's got a side cannon and a silencer. I'm going to spend 1 CP on Psychic Onslaught to give him +1 strength to his all of his side weapons, which will matter for the cannon, bringing it from 8 to a 9. So 6 shots. Ballistic skill 2, so live for 2s. Look at all those ones. And strength 8 +1 to a 9, so we'll look for 3s. So we got 2 wounds, and that is AP 3. Yes, because I get +1 AP on the psychic onslaught, so AP 3.
AP 3? Okay. It's going to be a 4-up invuln either way.
Both get through.
Fail them both.
So 2 damage goes to 3 damage, so you're taking 6.
I'm going to CP reroll one of these.
All right.
We're good. So it cost me a CP down to 3, and then he takes 3 wounds. You said there's 3 damage? Okay.
Yes, because of the empiric amplification.
Okay, he's down to 12.
Okay, and now we'll go over to his silencer for 12 shots. And those will still be hitting on 2s. These will be +1 damage, though, which is helpful. All right, so hitting on 2s. Not too bad. And strength 5 goes to a 6. Still 5s. Really needed that the sword bearer's power there for the +1 damage. So we're getting 4 on you. And these will be AP 1 going to 2. So AP 2. AP 2, okay. 2 damage.
2-up armor on the Hecaton, and it has void armor, so it reduces by 1. So these will be 3-up saves. I failed them all.
Yes, those look like 3-up saves to me. Those are 3-ups.
So he'll 2 apiece.
Yes.
Takes 8. He's down damage. To 4. It's looking bad for the Hecaton.
All right, now we'll go over to the other Dread Knight, who's going to lather, rinse, and repeat. He hits on 3s, though. So, a little less accuracy, but he will still get the empiric amplification. He won't get the +1 strength. So, hitting on 3s. And he does get to reroll 1s, because the Grandmaster gives reroll 1's aura to core. He can't take it himself, though. Grandmasters do not.
They're core?
The Grandmaster's not core, but the Dread Knights are.
Okay, cool.
Regular Dread Knights. Let's go to, and now it's 8, so we're looking for 4s.
Mm-hmm.
1. And it will be AP 2, because he's not Psychic Onslaught.
AP 2, void armor reduces, so AP 1. So 3-up! Damn it.
You cannot, but it is still 3 damage because of the psychic power.
All right, I'm down to 1.
And here we'll bring the silencer. So 12 more shots. 2, 4, 8, 10, and 12. Rerolling 1s for Grandmaster. And that's a miss. And that's a miss. And that's a miss. And 5s. Got 3, and these will be AP 1, so you ignore it, so you're on your 2-ups. Give me 1. Give me 1. Give me 1.
I've already given you 1. Okay.
He is alive.
Okay, we're still good.
For now.
For the moment.
So that's basically the end of my shooting phase, and we're just going to go right into charges.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're just going to go right into this Dread Knight right here. He's going to make a charge move on that Hecaton right there, and he's like 9 inches away, so I got no CP. Looking for a 9. First dice gives me... That's a 3. I can't do that. No, I can't.
You need a 6.
Need a 6. Need a 6. Show me the book, baby. Show me the book. Show me the
Why
book. Show me the book.
Oh,
that's not a book.
Even made it worse.
So the Dread Knight fails. I want to see if the Grandmaster has range real quick. Actually, let's just roll it and see if it matters. So the Grandmaster... Oh, well, you could technically Overwatch if you wanted. The Grandmaster is not even legal. No, he can't even legally make a charge. And I think that will conclude my turn. So we'll go to scoring. All right, so didn't get the Hecaton, which means I'm not going to get my 4 for Teleport Strike. But I did manage to get 3 Purifying Rituals to score 4 points. And those not only earned me some points, they earned me judgment tokens on each one of these guys for completing an action. So we're holding these 3. We'll score 4 on the Purifying Ritual. I'm going to get 2 for Engage on all fronts because I'm in 3 corners. And that's going to be it for my turn.
Did you have anybody...
I did not have anyone who could start the action for it this turn. No, I did not. So... that's going to be it. We're going to move over to Lane and his movement phase.
Okay, so after my movement phase, I moved this Hecaton forward. We're counting this little square here as dense terrain. Votan do not take any penalties to their movement, advance, or charges, so he can move his full 10-inch movement. And he lined up some shots on the interceptors on this objective over here. He also got the +1 to hit and the shooting phase from the Forge Master before they kind of parted ways. These Hearthkin Warriors moved up a little bit also so they can get shots on those interceptors. These Hearthkin Warriors here lined up shots on the Dread Knights. The Pioneer Jet Bikes moved over all so they could shoot as well. These Pioneer Jet Bikes moved up to get on this objective. These Hearthkin Warriors disembarked from this Hecaton and were able to advance up and get on the objective. This Hecaton, for 1 CP, they can function at top bracket, so I spent that on this guy. And the Forge Master squad got within 3 inches, so at the end of the movement phase, it was able to heal for flat 4.
And then you got a grudge token you dished out onto both one of my Dread Knights.
Oh, yeah.
And you put the 5-man interceptor up to level 2 grudge.
Yeah, at the end of DJ's turn, I can pick 1 unit that's on an objective, and so I gave this one a 2nd grudge token, and my high call was able to see these 2 Dread Knights, was able to give each one of them a judgment token.
All right, so going over to your psychic phase.
Psychic phase, yep, it's significantly shorter than yours.
Good job. Good
onto the
phase.
shooting.
You did not fail a single power. You 100%.
I didn't fail any of them. Yes. So this Hecaton is going to shoot these guys over here. I'm going to spend 1 CP on a stratagem that makes every hit from my conversion beamer will also do a mortal wound. Now, the SP conversion beamer up top, the way it works is it gets 2 shots, but if the target's more than 15 inches away, and I made sure I'm just a little bit more than 15 inches away, each hit actually counts as 2 hits. So I'm going to start with the SP conversion beamer.
All right, let's go over to the dice box.
So again, this Hecaton will be hitting on 2s because he got the +1 to hit from the Forge Master. So these are hitting on 2s. Okay, we got 2 hits. The 6 automatically wounds because the unit has 2 judgment tokens on it. That also generates 2 more hits. Now, all 4 of these hits are mortals in addition to whatever damage they do. I have to roll for the damage on these ones. Roll the...
What's giving the mortal? Just the weapon?
The strat I spent 1 CP.
The strat does that? Okay.
Yeah. It basically means every hit from a single weapon also generates a mortal. These are strength 8, so they're going to be 2s to wound you. Okay. So we've got 3 wounds. These are AP 3, 4 damage apiece.
All right. So the AP 3s are going to be AP 2 because the armor gets out because we're still on that for the infantry. So AP 2, 3 up goes to a 5 up. So 3 5 ups. Save none of them. And then you have 4 mortal wounds.
Yes.
So those are 4 damage apiece, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that's 3 dead.
Yep.
Here is the 4 5 ups. And I'll stop 1. So I'll take 3. 1 guy is left with 1 wound.
Okay. And that was 1 gun from that Hecaton.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You killed. Yeah, I failed all 3 saves. So, yeah, that was 1, 2, 3. And then the guy with the mortal. And then 1 mortal wound left on the guy in the squad.
Okay.
Well done.
And then the Hecaton has a bunch more guns, so I think I can finish that last guy off.
Yeah.
We'll go with the autocannon, the matter autocannon. Again, hitting on 2s.
Yep.
The 6 is an auto wound, and these are strength 7, so these would be 3s to wound. So we got 3 of them. These are neg 2 at this range, so 2 damage apiece.
Neg 1, so 4 ups. Okay, I'm still alive.
You're going to make me roll more dice. Fine. I've got 8 ion beams coming from this. So these are, again, hitting on 2s, 5 and 6 auto wound. Just to give them 1 auto wound. Once it fails, again, these are strength 7. So 3s to wound. Okay, 4 at neg 1. Or, I'm sorry, 4 at neg 2.
Neg 2 goes to neg 1, so 4 ups.
About time you fail 1
Just
of those.
1. All right, so then that'll finish off the squad.
Okay, the Hecaton picked up those interceptors, so we're going to pick up this judge token. We don't need it anymore. No more viable targets over here, so we're going to go down here. I'm going to have these Hearthkin Warriors. They're going to shoot They're gonna shoot into your the far Dread
The
Knight.
Grandmaster.
Yeah, that has the teleport
Okay.
thing.
I'm going to trigger the teleport thing.
Okay.
And he's going to pick up and jump and take his grudge token with him.
No, I'll take it with you.
And he's going to land in here in the building where he cannot be seen by whale. No, yeah, I just don't want to be seen by it. He's going to be like right there on the edge where he can't be seen by any of this stuff over here. And he's on the objective that you just took away from me to get it back.
Okay.
So now they're going to shoot at the other Dread Knight.
Yeah, they'll shoot you in there. We're gonna put a lot of bullets into the. Basically, everything else in my army is gonna go into that Dread Knight, I guess.
All right, so
I'll start with the Magna Rail, hitting him on 3s, reroll 1s. Oh, misses.
nice.
And there's a missile launcher, hitting on 3s. It's a 6 that automatically wounds because he has 1 judgment token. That's gonna be AP 2 at this range.
I missed the box. Takes it. Damage.
D6 damage on the missile.
2. All right. Goes to 11.
And then we've got 8 bolters there. Each bolter gets 2 shots. So this is going to be 16 shots. And on 3s, reroll 1s because the call. There's 2 6s in there, so those would be auto wounds. The rest of these will be these strength 4, so I assume I'm wounding you on 5s. So T6, T7?
T6.
Okay, wounding on 5s. Just 1 more, so that's 3 at -1.
3 at neg 1. Dread Knight does not get armor contempt, so he's going to be on 3 ups. Saves them all.
No. All right, let's have some fun. Let's use the Hecaton. We're going to fire the Magna Rail to see if we can make anything happen. Magna Rail away. So he's functioning at top bracket.
Because of the stratagem, yeah.
Yeah, because of the strat. He hits and automatically wounds. Delightful.
Do I get an invuln?
No, the Magna Rail does not give you an invuln. At this range, it's going to be AP 5. So it's going to go right through, I believe.
Yeah. Damage?
It's 6 plus 2d3.
So
10.
6, 9, 10.
Yep. And then
1 wound remaining.
all right. The Matter Autocannon. That's 6 automatically wounds. It strikes 7, so 3s to wound you up. Just the 1. It's going to be neg 3 at this range.
Nope. He's going to die.
Okay. Does he explode?
I think so because they're tiered. Let's see if it even matters.
No.
Well, it doesn't even matter. So Dread Knight goes away. Well, there was 2 Dread Knights there. One of them jumped away and one of them got blown away. So moving to the end of Lane's turn because he doesn't hiding around buildings and everything. What do you got for scoring on your secondaries?
Okay, so in Abhor the Witch, I scored 4 points this turn because I got 2 units. No characters yet, so 2 points apiece. Ancestors are watching. I killed 1 unit in the shooting phase, or 2 units, but I only get it per phase. So I get 2 points for killing something in the shooting phase. That had a judgment token on it. Grudge match, I had picked all of your Nemesis Dread Knights, so I killed 1 of them, so it's 2 points there for grudge match. And then I got 2 points on the second, on the bonus primary, because I had my Forge Master do the action here. He's able to do actions and heal and all that sort of thing. And because he's got the robot helpers with him, he can still do those things and perform an action.
All right, so we're going to move over to the Grey Knight movement phase, and I think I'm going to be bringing some reserves in this round. All right, at the end of the Grey Knight movement phase, I decided to bring in a couple of reserves. Only guy still hanging in off board is going to be Castle and Crow. No real command phase effects, no stratagem spent or anything like that. The Grandmaster decided to come out from the building and face down the Hecaton, and the Librarian landed behind him to not get the Auspex scan, since he is character protected because he has to be an eligible target. My other Dread Knight, that Deep Strike down is just outside of 12, so he doesn't get shot at. Interceptors landing inside the building. They're actually on the bottom floor, but it's easier this way. These guys just stayed back here. They're going to do another Purifying Ritual. And then over here, built up a nice little castle with the Librarian. These Interceptors jumped in to start the secondary for the turn, and they're not going to be able to get shot at, so at the end of the turn, they're going to get a grudge token, so we just put it on them now. So let's go over to the Psychic phase. We are actually going to start with the librarian in the back, and he is going to try and cast Gate of Infinity and shape the warp. Go over to a couple purifying rituals and see if we can't put these psychic powers in this hecaton over here and get a couple more of my powers off and try and blow one of these things up in a round.
Maybe I'll make some saves this time.
No, you're not allowed. Don't do
you
that.
You did also score 8 points in your primary.
I did score 8 points in my primary. Thank you, gentlemen, and a scholar. So let's get over to the box for psychic powers. Okay, so I'm going to start with the librarian. He's going to try and dish out some damage over there on that hecaton. So we'll start with Purifying Flame. I'm going to spend 1 CP to increase the range so that I'm able to hit the hecaton because it's a 9-inch range regularly. It is a warp charge value 5.
Ooh.
And I got to spend my last CP to reroll that. That's not good. Not good for my damage side of it. He hits, and if the test was 11 plus, it's D3 plus 3. Okay, I'll take that for the CP. So he's going to do D3 plus 3 mortal to the hecaton. So 4 mortal wounds to the hecaton. Do you have a feel no pain?
No.
Okay, so just 4 mortal wounds to the hecaton. And then I'll move on to his next power. We got Vortex of Doom. Is going to be a 7. Okay, laying good. There we go. And he's got 12 wounds left.
Yep.
All right, Vortex passes on a 9. 2d3 mortal. And that's
3 more.
3. Yes, that would be a 3. And then take 2 additional mortal wounds. 1 for the first power, 1 for the second power for my Warlord trait.
Okay.
So you're going to take 3 from this, plus 1, plus 1. So 5 right now. Put you at 7.
Down to 7 wounds.
Down to 7 wounds. Huh. Okay, so that...
Hecatons sound like mortals.
7 wounds and no CP. We'll go over to the librarian in the back. He's going to cast Gate of Infinity on that Dread Knight over there by him. Oh, thank you. He passed. So he's going to teleport. And then I'm going to try and cast Warp Shaping. He does. So Warp Shaping is going to give me... I'm going to go over to the tide that helps my charge. So it gives me plus... any 1s or 2s that I roll automatically become 3s. So this Dread Knight's going to gate over here. Gate over here. Give me a little boosted charge on him. Okay. And still carrying on in the psychic phase. Let's throw a couple of smites down. So first we'll do the Grandmaster, who's going to try and cast Empiric Amplification on the Hecaton. Passes, so plus 1 damage for side weapons. Then the Dread Knight around the corner is going to cast the plus 1 to wound on the Hecaton. He passes. I'm pretty sure I got that Hecaton this time.
Yeah, I think this Hecaton's gone away.
The one that's closest to me that just gated, he's going to try and cast Hammerhand on himself. He fails that.
I think you got it. Sure.
Now we'll just do the warp rituals to finish the turn. So objective 5, the 5 guys hiding, they pass. The ones in the building, they pass.
What do you need for that? Just a 4? 5.
And then the 10-man behind the wall, they pass as well. So I'm going to get another 4 points on warp ritual. Whew, man, psychers, they read a book today. Let me take a look at the table and we'll get to the shooting phase. All right, so I'm going to take the one in the back. He's going to shoot first at the Hecaton. He's going to get the guts and glory.
He's going to get the judgment token if he kills it.
Well, someone's going to have a grudge.
Is he neg 1 to hit? Because
Yes, he would be neg 1 to hit and re-rolling 1s because the Grandmaster. I measured it before. But
lots of 4-ups though.
Yeah.
Good.
And then he will be strength 8, T8, so 4s. And then I get plus 1 because of the Sword Bearer psychic power. So I'm looking for 3s. All right, so we got 3 at -2, so neg 1.
These are neg 2?
Yeah, these are neg 2.
So 3 ups. These are how much damage?
3 apiece.
Okay. Good. Failed. Fail. I'm going to CP reroll this one. I'll still fail. I take all 3, so he's dead.
Yay.
Oh, a little too quickly. Does he explode? No.
No explosion. Okay.
All right.
Hecaton, heck gone.
5 guys. And technically, I'm supposed to place them before I roll. See if they.
That's okay. Just roll. Let's roll 5 dice. See what you happen. You need ones.
I don't need ones. Okay, no ones.
No ones.
Thank you.
Well, that was fun. Now we're gonna move over to this Grandmaster hanging out in the back, and he's gonna shoot at those berserkers that just got out. So, no buffs extra on this. So it's just he's within 2, so he'll be hitting on 2s. Can't re-roll on himself. Strength 8.
T5 on these.
T5,
guys.
so we're looking for 3s. So we're going to get 3 at -2. Are they just an invuln?
Just a 5 up invuln.
All right, 5 up invuln.
5s. Oh, I make 2 of them. How much damage is this?
2 damage.
All right, and they've got a 5 up. Feel no pain. I passed one of them, so one guy takes 1 wound.
All right, now the silencer from that same dude. So we got 2, 4, 12 shots. And 2s, no rerolls. And strength 5, T5. Yep. Ooh, that's ugly. 2.
Wow.
2. And they're AP1. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, 5 up. 5 up invuln. Okay, make 1 fail one.
1 damage.
1 damage. So against 1 damage weapons, I get a 4 up. Feel no pain. Nope. So it does finish off one of the guys.
All right. And then we're going to go over to the last Dread Knight, who is going to shoot at them as well with all of his guns.
All right. And he will take the -1.
He will take the -1. So
he'll be hitting on 4s.
4s. And 3s. Nice. So 3 get in.
Okay. I think my left right here. So 5 ups. Yep. Fail all 3.
Is.
These are how much?
2 apiece.
2
so
apiece?
first
Okay.
guy takes 1. First guy will take 2.
So 5 up, feel no pains.
He
one
dies.
guy dies.
Next guy takes 2.
5 up, feel no pain. Oh!
He lives entirely, and he'll take the last one for 2.
5 up, feel no pains. No.
No.
So that does finish off 2 more guys.
Leaving you with 2 left.
2 left.
All right. So that's gonna. That realistically, I think, is gonna conclude my shooting phase. We're gonna go to charges here shortly. I'm gonna double check the field to make sure I didn't miss anything. No, doesn't look like it. They're all back there doing psychic action. So yeah, I think we're just gonna go to the assault step. I think the only charge I have is over here with the single Dread Knight into the Hearthkin with a 9. Now I am in the tide that gives 1s and 2s will count as 3s.
Okay. So you just need 1 6.
Yeah, basically. Or 2 4s go to an 8, that fails, and I have no CP, and so I don't get it. Nope. So we'll just go, give us a second to get the score, and we'll conclude the turn. Grey Knights end a turn. I was able to get 4 on the teleport strike, since this guy right here decided he was going to finish off that Hecaton for me on the deep strike. And I'll get another 4 on Purifying Ritual. And as you guys can probably notice, a lot of the Grudgment tokens have gone up to 2. It's going to be rough beats for them. The more actions they complete and psychic actions and everything, making it very much easier for his guys to kill. But got 1 Hecaton down, so see if we can't keep pushing through. Crow is still in reserve, and the Berserkers over here did pass their leadership with a 3. I also did get 3 points on the mission data scry because I completed that. 2 points because I had 2 outside of my deployment zone. Moving over into Lane's turn for his movement phase.
Okay, so movement phase. I moved these last 2 Berserkers up, so maybe they can get a little vengeance for all their buddies that were killed. These Hearthkin Warrior was moved forward. These Hearthkin Warriors got up on top of the building so they could take shots at all the Dread Knights. The Pioneer Jet Bikes lined up shots as well. The Hecaton moved forward and touched into the terrain so it's able to shoot through it. And these guys over here just kind of stayed and are holding their objectives there. Turns out objectives are important.
Who's completing your action for you on your scry?
The Forge Master, because he can shoot and do things and still perform actions as long as he has at least one of his little robot buddies with him.
He needs his Gucci objectives like over here, isn't that him?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So you just need to adjust him like this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I get what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Now we're legal. All right, so on to the shooting phase. Oh, I'm sorry, your psychic phase.
Yeah, psychic phase. Different from your psychic phase in that it does not exist.
Nice. All right, shooting.
Okay, first shooting by Forge Master actually has a pretty good gun. He's going to shoot at that Nemesis Dread Knight right there. He's got 3 shots with a grav rifle, 22-inch range. So he will be hitting on 2s because he's got a good ballistic skill. All right, so he's got 2 hits, no auto wounds. This is strength 5, so it will be 5s to wound. Now we got 1 wound. It's going to be -3, flat 3 damage.
Okay, 4 up invuln.
No,
Saves it. Next.
I think I'm going to have this Hecaton put everything into that.
The Grandmaster.
Well, actually, I'm going to have him put just this Magna Rail into the Grandmaster and everything else into the Dread Knight with 3 grudge tokens on him.
Okay, so Magna Rail first.
Yeah, I'm going to spend 1 CP to make my Magna Rail just hit you. I have a strat called Hunter's Mark. I can just pick 1 weapon, and as long as the target has at least 1 judgment token, 1 weapon with 1 shot just automatically hits. So I just have to roll to wound. Strength 14, so I just need a 2 to wound you. Ooh, it's a 6, well, which is helpful in other cases. But, all right, so that wounds, that means it's going to be AP 4, unless I'm within 20 inches. I am within 20 inches, so it's AP 5, ignoring your invuln.
Yep, AP 5. I'm not armor. Contempt goes right through. What's the damage?
6 plus 2d3. That's 12.
Goes to 1.
1.
All right, Grandmaster's at 1. That's not good.
And then everything else is going into the Dread Knight that's got 3 judgment tokens on him back there. So we'll start with the Matter autocannon.
Okay.
6 shots. Hitting on 3s. But 4s and 5s automatically wound. It's strength 7, so I need to roll this 3 to wound. It needs a 3. Nope. So that's 4 at -2 at this range.
Okay. -2, so 4 up invuln. And I'll take 3 damage.
2 apiece.
2 apiece, so he takes 6. Goes to 7. Wait, that's not right. Yeah, goes to 7. 13. Yeah. He took 3, so it goes 7. Yeah. All right.
And then 12 bolt cannon shots. Lots and lots of 1s and 2s. I think we'll still get him 5s and 6s auto wound. These 3s hit. This is strength 6, so these will be 4s to wound. 2 more wounds. So this is going to be 5. These will be AP3 because they're within half range.
5 wounds.
Yeah, 5 at AP3.
4 up invulns. And damage.
2 damage apiece.
So 2, 4, 6. He's got 1 wound left.
He's also down to 1. Okay, so going into the next Dread Knight, this one has not been wounded yet. It's only got 1 grudgment token. I'm re-rolling all hits, though. So this is the other rotary cannon. Hitting you on 3s. Re-rolling. Miss all. The 6s are automatic wounds.
because I got 1 grudge token on me.
Right. And then these are strength 6 and your T6, so they're going to be 4s to wound you. That's a total of 5 wounds. They're going to be AP2.
AP2?
If I'm within 14, so it's AP3 at half
No
range.
matter, 4 up either way.
Yeah.
And he will take 3 damage.
Now these are 1 apiece.
1 apiece.
Mhm.
So goes to 10.
All right. Each bike, there's 6 bikes. Each one gets 3 autocannon shots. These are strength 7, AP1, 2 damage apiece. Okay.
That's a good thing for the rerolls.
Yep. That's kind of handy.
That is a hefty amount of 1s and 2s.
I've been doing that a lot today. I did get 3 6s, so I got 3 auto wounds. These are hits that I will need to roll the wound. These are my rerolls. Ooh, oh, made up with a bunch more 6s.
Yep.
Still some 1s and 2s. These are going to be 3s to wound. Get strength 7 into your T6.
Yep.
Still lots of 1s and 2s, but 3 6, 9, 10. These are going to be AP1. Some of them are probably within half
So
range.
this will actually be a 3-up then because of the AP1.
Yeah, and they're 2 damage apiece.
All right, so I only fail 3.
Yep.
All right, so he goes to 7 there.
And then I got some shotguns.
Shotguns.
I have a 16-inch range.
Shots.
It's just going to be 4 of the bikes, 2 apiece. So it's going to be 8 shotgun shots. Again, hitting on 3s.
Rerolling.
Rerolling all.
No auto wounds.
No. These are strength 5, so I am going to need 5s to wound you. Just 1 at -1.
3-up. Cool. Not too bad, not too bad.
Cool. Okay, so this squad of Hearthkin Warriors is going to shoot into that Dread Knight that's got 7 wounds left. They do have the full Chapter Master rerolls. Hopefully we get something done there. I'm going to start with the Bolters.
No, I know you did the 1 C. Oh, is the Hecaton is up to 9 wounds, so is he back at top bracket?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep.
I had him at 1.
Listen, I'm not going to apologize because I made a bunch of terrible saving rolls.
No.
All right, these are 8 bolters, so each one gets 2 shots. So 16 shots, hitting you on 3s. 6 auto wound.
Yes, and then any rerolls?
Yeah, they have the Chapter Master rerolls. So
okay,
I have Chapter Master rerolls.
So just 1s.
No, Chapter Master, so they get full reroll.
Oh, full.
I could fish for 6s, but
oh, you spent a command point for the bikes to.
The bikes was a command point because I have a strat, and then they got the Chapter Master from the call. Now these are strength 4, so they're going to be 5s to wound you.
Might have been worth. Yeah, I can see we're fishing the 6. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, you're at 7 at -1. Actually, 7 at -2 at this range. Because you're all within 14, yeah.
-2, you said?
Yeah, 7 at -2, so 1 damage apiece.
Take 3. 3 at 1 damage?
Yep.
So it goes to 4.
Down to 4. I've got a magnet, or I got a missile in there. And a magnet rail. So let me...
okay. So how many shots of the missile?
Missile is just 1 shot. It's like a Space Marine missile launcher. It's got a crack and a frag shot. I'm doing a crack. Misses, but full Chapter Master rerolls. Hits and automatically wounds. AP3 at this range, so D6 damage, and then I still have a magnet rail.
Whew, okay, go ahead. Can't.
D6. 5.
That's it. Doesn't matter if he pops anyways. Oh, sad face. So let me get him off the table real quick. So not very. I got 1 Dread Knight left with 1 wound. And who's about to shoot at him?
So we've got this squad of Hearthkin Warriors. Again, 8 with bolters, 1 missile, and 1 magna rail. Only 1 wound left, so I'm going to start with a magna rail, see if we can finish it off.
So I'm going to, all right, so I will use my 3-up embalm just because I'm going to need to burn it.
Okay.
Even though I know I don't get it versus magna rail, but
if you die, you're not going to get a chance to use it anyway. Exactly. Okay. Magna rail hitting you on 3s, reroll 1s, hits, no auto wound. The handheld one is strength 9, so I'm just going to need 3 to wound you. And it wounds. So AP4 at this range, so you will get a 6-up.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. You can do this. This is what we practice for. Oh, that's not a 6. And I will spend my CP on that reroll because otherwise he dies. And I was going to use the CP for the Overwatch, but...
Well, I've got a lot more shots to go into him. So.
Yeah, you know what, though? Still. It's still...
Spend your CP?
Yep. And... Nope. He goes away. All right, so now that I have no Dread Knights left... going to be the Berserks are going to charge the Librarian now?
Yep. It's an 8-inch charge. The Berserks get to re-roll their charges for free. So right here, that's a 6.
That's a 6.
And we'll try one more time. Oh, it's a 7. You know, if we got one more, the natural progression would be 8.
Yes, but no, we will stay there. Let's see what you got for scoring and come back from there.
Okay, so a very eventful turn. I got 7 points in the Pour of the Witch because I killed 3 units, one of which was a character, 3 Psyker units, one of which was a character. And then Ancestors are watching. I killed a unit that had 3 Judgment tokens in the shooting phase, so I got 3 points for that. And then Grudge Match. All 3 of those Nemesis Dread Knights were Grudge Match targets, so I get 2 points for each of those. So 6 points per Grudge Match. And then another 2 on the bonus primary because I held 2 objectives in no man's land and did the action on the objective.
Yeah, that's a lot of my punch is gone. So see what we can do. I still got my librarian and Crow in reserve. Crow's gonna have to do some heavy lifting. So we'll come back after the movement phase. Finishing up the Grey Knight movement phase, Crow comes down here within 9 of the Hackathon. He's going to try and charge it. Getting a little risky. Playing cagey, losing all those Dread Knights kind of hurt. My Interceptors, the 10-man with Halberds, jumped up to the middle. They got a 7-inch charge on these bikes back here. The Interceptors, 5-man, came out of the wall. Try and take out the Hearthkin over here. And Librarian's going to try and smite and psychic power and remove all the little berserkers that are hanging out there in the dense terrain. Might do a little damage to the Hearthkin as well. Back here, we're gonna get this Librarian, or try to get him out of here with the Gate of Infinity on himself, and the Interceptors are going to start the mission secondary again. These 5-man are still staying back here to try to keep getting some purifying ritual points, because those are really the only ones I can guarantee right now. So we'll go over to the psychic phase and we'll start with this Librarian back here and go from there. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do first is I'm going to use the Interceptors are going to cast Smite, targeting the Berserkers, that there are equal distance between the Berserkers and the Hearthkin. So those Interceptors are going to go first with the Smite. Fail.
Look at that 4.
Oh, this is not a good start. All right, we'll go over to the Librarian. He is going to use the Vortex of Doom. Select closest enemy. Nope, goes in the closest, purifying. Orchard divided 9. The closest enemy within 9. Okay, so we need to eliminate those beforehand. Sure. So we will go over to the Grey Knight Livy, the first one I originally wanted to start off with. He's going to try and cast Gate of Infinity on himself. He does not on a 7, so that cancels everything else. We'll go over to the Grey Knight with all the damage. He's going to do Vortex of Doom first. So looking for a 7. That's an 11. Doesn't matter for this power. So he's going to do 2d3 to the Hearthkin.
It's not the closest one?
It is closest.
The Berserk.
I'm sorry, Hearthkin Berserk, because I meant Berserk. Okay. Yeah. So 2, 3, and then his psychic ability. So 4 in total.
Okay.
So
I got 5 up. Feel no pain.
Yep.
I only passed 1, so I got 1 guy left with 1 wound.
Okay. And then I will spend... No, I won't do that. I'll just do a smite off of the Librarian normally. So looking for... Actually, before I do that, make sure I am within... Okay, cool. I am within 9, so I can hit the Hearthkin if I hit this. So I'm going to hit a smite. I am going to hit a smite, so that'll be D3 plus 1 mortal because of my thingy. So 2 mortal wounds on that one guy because of my Warlord trait.
So he's still dead.
Got him. And then I will spend 1 CP to do an additional psychic power with that Librarian, and that's going to be Purifying Flame on the Hearthkin Warriors. So, where's that 11 when I need it? That's not an 11, that's an 8. So that's going to end up being flat 3 mortal wounds to the Hearthkin.
Okay. I have a Thane who's like a sergeant.
Yep.
He's got 2 wounds, so I will take him out, and then I'll just pick up one other guy.
All right, cool. So give me a second for the rest of the psychic powers. Small change of pace. Instead of doing the mission secondary or the mission primary for the Interceptors that were in the back corner, instead I'm actually going to do Purifying Ritual because it scores more points on the long haul with them. So Purifying Ritual with them. Passes. Purifying Ritual for the guys hiding behind the wall. Passes on a 5. Whew, there we go. And now last bit is going to be Crow and the Interceptors in the middle. So the Interceptors are going to attempt to smite the Hackathon. So this will be my third. I've cast it twice already.
Right. They can't see it.
They can see the Hackathon because the Hackathon's up.
Oh, he's touching it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Sorry,
so
you're right.
6, that will fail. And then we will let Crow cast Sanctuary on the...
You only did smite once before.
I did it twice. I did it off those guys, and I did it off the Libby.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
but I'll get the sanctuary, so at least my interceptors will be on an invuln. So let me look at some of the shooting phase, and we'll get back with some dice roll. Okay, I think I'm going to start with these interceptors over here behind the wall, and I'm going to put them into the hackathon. Just a massive amount of shots. I get 2 shots. I'm sorry, a rapid fire, so I get 4 shots apiece. All 10 are still alive, and all are within 12. So we'll do this in 2 sets for ease. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. So first set, hitting on 3s.
Any rerolls?
Negative. Hitting on 3s, and I'll be wounding you on 6s. So we got 2 wounds off the first batch. And lather, rinse, and repeat. Yeah, here, this is the one that was out of the box. Okay, it hit. Oh, but that one doesn't. And then 6s. And so we'll add 2, 3 more to the pocket. So 5 in total.
5.
And there's no AP on that, so you're just sitting on your 2 ups.
2 ups. Take 1.
Still have to give me 1.
Down to
Any
8.
responses to that, sir?
The hackathon can't shoot back.
Oh, Hackathon can't shoot back? Okay.
Yeah, I have a strategy, reactive reprisal. Infantry and jet bikes have the ability to shoot back at something that shot them in their shooting phase, but not the trucks.
All right. Well, Crow is going to shoot at the truck as well, too, because he's 2 damage, actually. Mastercrafted. Yeah, kind of cool. All hit. It's on 2s. And looking for 6s. 1. I believe it's AP 1. Doesn't matter. Don't even need to look at it out there. Oh, so do I want to shoot with the strike and risk you hammering me with the Hearthkin after I'm done? Not to mention,
it is after you shoot, so you'll probably kill quite a few of these guys. It might not become worth it for me to do it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it so the Overwatch isn't as strong on that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do those guys 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You know what? 10. Make it fast. 10. Okay. First round. Ooh, really bad. T4.
Yep.
4s. So 1 out of the first set. I was going to kill a bunch of them.
That's like when you're shooting at the hackathon.
Right. And 1 out of the first set, and
there's a few more.
There we go. So we got 5 out of the second set, so total 6. That's a little bit better. All right, so 6, no AP.
So 4 ups. Oof. So I failed a bunch.
Yeah.
I failed 4.
Did you ignore 1?
Yeah, I've got the medic pack, so I ignore the first failed one.
And then you'll lose.
I take 3. I lose 3 guys. All right, so I am going to spend 1 CP for reactive reprisal. It's 1 CP for the infantry units. They get to shoot back at a target that's just shot them. The target has to have a judgment token, so this one does. I'm shooting at my regular ballistic skill. Normally, this just forgoes my next shooting phase. I don't think they're going to be around very long, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and do it. And they still have the full Chapter Master rerolls, so they're going to do full rerolls to hit. I got 3 bolters, 1 missile, and 1 Magna Rail. So the 3 bolters are going to be, well, I guess I'll start with a Magna Rail. Hitting on 3 full rerolls. It hits. Strength 9, so 2 to wound you. Does wound. So it's going to be AP 5 at this range, no invuln.
AP 5, no invuln?
Yeah, and so it's going to get 1 guy.
Yeah, so that's 1.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 dead.
Missile.
It's no, it does not
it's
hit.
full rerolls, so okay,
Right,
it does
so
hit. Again, strength 9. Okay, this one's only going to be AP 3 at this range, so.
Yep, fails it.
D6 damage,
Yep,
so don't roll a 1. I rolled a 1.
Hey. So guys got a wound in the squad. 1 dead, 1 wound.
Yep, and then 3 guys with bolters, that's 6 bolter shots. Okay.
Yep, they got a grudge token.
Okay, so that's 3 auto wounds
Oh,
and 3 more hits.
Nope. Oh yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.
And then force to wound. So it's going to be 4. It is -2 at this range. So 4 and -2.
So there's a -1, so 4 ups.
Mhm.
Ooh, so you
Ooh.
finish off the guy and another, so I'll lose 3 in the squad.
Yeah, so you're down to 2.
And that's it. Okay. Law. So after losing 3 to the, what was the strat?
A reactive reprisal.
Yeah, after losing 3 to that, now not quite as many guys. Hopefully I still have enough power to take them out. We're going to go to the charge phase, and we're going to start with these interceptors here, and they're going to multi-charge the Hecaton and the bikes. Now, the bikes cannot see them, but the Hecaton can. You going to overwatch me? All right, so Lane opted out of the overwatch, so first the interceptors, they're going to make it on a 10 into both.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to charge with the second interceptors into the Hearthkin, which is going to trigger Lane for an overwatch.
Yeah, I'm going to overwatch there.
All right. Go ahead and get your dice situated. You're ready? All
Yeah.
right, let's roll them.
Yeah, I got, okay, I'll start with a Magna Rail. So Magna Rail hitting on 6. It hits, automatically wounds.
Yeah, that's 1 dead.
That's
Okay.
1 dead one. And then the missile, full rerolls.
Okay.
There we go. And then we got 6 bolter shots. Ooh, 3 auto hits, full rerolls. 4. That's 4 at -2 at this range.
He takes 1. He is alive with 1.
1 left.
All right. Well, let's see if he can make the charge, though, now.
All right.
He'll make the charge on a 7. So...
And then you still have...
And then I still have Castellan Crow to try and hit a 9 on the Hecaton. So Castellan Crow charging the Hecaton. Let's make it epic, folks. So I still have that tied up, so 1s become 3s. That 2 also becomes a 3.
Right.
So
you just need a 6. No.
It's not a 6, so I'll spend that CP and re-roll it. So that's a 3.
That's a 3. Just need a 6. No.
That's a 3 again. So Castellan Crow does not make the charge. Well, let's get these guys into combat and see what happens from here. We're giving it a long shot here. Librarian is going to try and charge into the Hearthkin, because why not? That's a 12. Librarian's coming. Librarian's coming. Oh.
He was really good friends with all 3 of those Nemesis Dread Knights.
He was. He is not a happy camper. All right. Well, we're going to do the we're going to do these guys over here first, these interceptors. So let me get all the attacks situated. It's going to be 3 attacks apiece, 4 on the Justicar. We're going to put it all into the bikes. Interceptors, 3 attacks apiece, 4 for the Justicar. Halberds, so they're strength 6. -2. So first off, hitting on 3s. No re-rolls of any sort. And then also at the end, I have a warding stave, which really didn't matter. I could have thrown it in there, but want to do it the right way. And then wounding on 3s. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 wounds from the halberds. And then I'll do the warding stave because the AP doesn't matter, you said, right?
Right.
All right, so we'll do
Yeah,
the
they have 5 up
save.
invuln. 4 up armor save, 5 up invuln. So
Oof, doesn't even matter. So just from the halberds.
12. So yeah, 5 up. I'll pull out the winners.
Just those 4. And then there are 4 wounds apiece.
They're 3 wounds apiece. The ones with the heavy guns are 4 wounds apiece.
So either way,
1,
it'll take 2 to kill.
2, 3, 4. So it picks up the 4 bikes. I'm going to leave.
All right, I'm going to pile in and move over to my other interceptor and my Libby. Lane has no CP to interrupt, so I'm going to do the Librarian first. See what he can do. He's got 4 attacks. He's got a warding stave, so hitting on 3s. And he is going to be wounding on 3s as well. So 2 wounds. It does have AP if that matters.
Is it more than AP1?
I think it is AP1. He is a AP of 1 with the warding skill.
Okay, so they'll still get 4-ups. Make one fail on, so one guy dies.
Yep. And then we'll go over to the Justicar with a sword that remains. He'll have 4 attacks. And he will need 3s as well. That's going to be 2 at -3.
Okay, these will be 5-up invulns. Fail them both. 2 more guys die.
Yep. All right. And then I'm going to pile into them, and I think it'll be your attacks back at that point.
All right, I've got 2 little Hearthkin warriors left there. I guess they still have the Chapter Master rerolls, so each get 2 attacks, hitting on 3s.
I'm grudged.
Yeah, I guess those are 3 auto wounds, and then 1 more hit, so 1 more roll to wounds. That's a 4th wound. So there's 4 wounds on the last interceptor. There's no AP, so you just get your 3 up.
Takes 1.
Takes 1.
Okay, and then is that you, or you got your bikes left?
The bikes, and that Hecaton gets a swing too.
Yeah.
Bikes swinging into those guys. They have 2 judgment tokens on them. I don't think they brought
They
them.
have not a 0 judgment token. Oh,
they did the
yeah,
action twice.
They have 2.
Yeah, you forgot to bring a judgment. So they're auto wounds on 5s and 6s. I only got 1 auto wound, and only 2 other hits. So a lot of misses there.
Mm-hmm.
Strength 4, T4, so 4 to wounds. Nope, just 1.
One guy takes a wound. And then the Hecaton.
Hecaton's got 6 attacks, but it only hits on 6. Nope.
All right. So this is going to pretty much end up the turn. I got to put out a wound marker on both of those squads. And you owe me a morale on those Hearthkins.
Yeah, okay. So the Hearthkins and the bikes. The Hearthkins,
right. See the Hearthkins first.
They need a 1 to pass.
That's
fail.
not a 1. And then 1 does.
On a 1 or 2, the last guy runs. He's still there.
Okay. And then for the bikes?
The bikes also leadership 8 and lost 4. So if I roll a 5 or 6, I fail. Ooh, I fail. And I got 1 guy left, so he runs on a 1 and 2. Oh, he runs.
Wow.
Oh, that's the worst.
That actually matters.
Not only do I lose the bikes, I don't give out a judgment token for killing them because they died in the morale phase.
You killed you. So we're going to look at the points real quick and see what's going on. Not feeling too safe with Mr. Castle and Crow just kind of hanging out here in the middle like that. But that was nice to pick up those bikes, get them out of there, and we'll come back with my score and going into Lane's turn. So looking at everything, I was able to get a 2 on Purifying Ritual, these backfield objectives, and those guys hanging out there, as well as the dudes that made it all the way up into objective marker 2 will get me 2 points for engage on all fronts. Didn't kill anything with the teleport strike, so I won't score anything with that. I think that was it for my turn. So now we're going to be moving on to the beginning of Lane's turn. He's dishing out some more grudgment tokens since I'm on objectives. And we're going to go to Lane's movement phase. There was a point in time when this was a 1. You have healed him up to 12.
Yeah. Over 3 turns, the Forge Master is able to heal him up flat for each turn. Didn't do a whole lot of movement, but did get the Berserks out there so they can charge this Interceptor squad. In the command phase, the call gave them the 3rd judgment token and gave a 2nd one to this guy. We are just going. The bikes actually floated from inside up top, just so they can put some shots in the Castone Crow, but kind of keep a little bit of distance from them as well.
All right. So where are we going to first?
All right. I guess I'm just going to have my call trying to shoot this guy.
Okay.
Okay. So the call's got like a storm bolter type thing. So it's going to be 4 shots. She's hitting on 2s, auto wounding on 5s hit though. So 1 auto wound. It is strength 4, so 4 to wound. That's going to be 2. At this range, it's going to be -2.
-2, armor contempt, goes back to 1, so 4s.
Mm-hmm.
Saves them both.
Still there.
Mm-hmm. Who's next?
Okay, so this squad, I guess I will put the Magna Rail and the missile into the Librarian, and 4 bolters, 4 bolters into the the last Marine there, and then the other 3 bolters or other 4 bolters will go into him and
The library.
the library. Yeah.
All right.
So 4 bolters into the last remaining guy. All the other shots will go into the library.
Chapter master.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just gotta make sure he's dead. So he only takes. These are full rerolls though. Didn't help. 1 auto wounds and 4 to wound. Just 2 again. -2 at this range.
Oh yeah, that definitely gets him.
Finally got him.
And now the
Rest. Yeah. I got 4 more bolters going to the librarian.
You want to start with the Magna Rail? Where's the fun if you don't take the weapon that knocks away my invuln?
No, I'll save it. I'll save it for dramatic effect. He has no
No grudge. No one's grudging him.
Full rerolls though. And he's ET4?
Yeah.
Okay, strike 4, so 4 is to wound. That is 5 at -2 at this range.
-2 goes back to -1, so 3 up. Only going to take 1.
Take 1. All right, missile. Hits. Strike 9, so 2. Wounds going to be AP3 at this range.
Saves it.
You're fine. Magna Rail.
Misses.
Oh, it does miss. Full chapter master.
Does it again.
Oh, it still misses.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That's it. Librarian made it out with only taking 1 wound, and now you're moving over to the Hecaton, shooting into combat.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm going to start with a Matter auto cannon, 6 shots. This one is heavy, so it will be hitting on 3s. It's ballistic skill 3, but he got +1 to hit from the Forge Master, and -1 to hit because it's combat. So hitting on 3s. 4, 5, 6 automatically wounds. Got a bunch of misses. But 2 auto wounds. At this range, it's going to be AP3.
All right. I'm on my 4 up invuln because of Sanctuary. And they save both. Yep,
Okay.
that's a 4. Sorry.
Then
you got the rest of it.
Yeah, these are the bolt cannons. The bolt cannons are hunter weapons, so they're not heavy. So they're actually going to be hitting on 2s in combat or in engagement range. 4, 5s, and 6s are automatic wounds. These are strength 6, so they will be 3s to wound.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
8 at -3 at this range.
All right, so 8, so still on the 4 up. I will take
Just take 2. 2 damage apiece, so it does pick up 2 guys.
All right, and that's the first damage I've taken with them. Did you do any damage on the... No, I saved the bolter, didn't I?
Hmm.
Okay, so I saved the autocannon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I just lose 2 guys, so... Yep, and then what else you got to shoot with them?
Magna Rail.
All right. Magna Rail it is.
Magna Rail. It's going to hit on 3 hits. Yep. Automatically wounds. So 1 guy's gone. Yeah.
All right, so 3 guys. All right, moving from the Hecaton over to the bikes and some Hearthkin.
Yeah, the Hearthkin, these are ion ones, so they only have a 22-inch range. I don't think many of them have range on... Oh, no, they do.
So you got like 5?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 of them have range. There's a Magna Rail that does have range. Okay.
All right, so you're doing them first?
Yeah, we'll start with them. All right, so these are the Hearthkin Warriors. They've got ions. They're 1 shot apiece, but they're strength 5, AP 2 damage. I got 6 of them, so hit on 3s. Lots and lots and lots of misses. No judgment tokens on Crow, so.
Nope.
3s to wound. He's T4, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 3s to wound. Okay, 2. These are going to be -2.
-2. Armor Contempt puts it at -1, so 3 up. 3 up on these 2, and he takes 1 damage.
Yeah, 2 damage.
2 damage. Ooh, goes to 3. All right, moving on to the rest of their shots, or are you going over to the bikes?
Yeah, I got 1 Magna Rail in there, so 1 Magna Rail at Crow. Does hit.
Yep.
Strength 9, so it just needs a 2 to wound. That's what we got. AP4.
AP4, so I get a 6. So it goes to AP3, so I get a 5.
You do have a 5 up. Yep.
Thank
you.
you.
Look at you.
Now we'll go into the bikes.
Yep, bikes. Lots of guns here, not a whole lot of AP. So I'm going to start with the auto cannons.
Kind of. 9
auto cannon shots.
No rerolls.
No rerolls or anything. No judgment tokens. Strength 7, so these will be 3s to wound you.
Oof.
It is 5. These are 2 damage apiece. They're only -1 at this range.
So nothing. So
Yeah.
2 ups. Ooh, I am going to spend my 1 CP on this reroll. Cool. So I save them all.
Okay.
So now on to...
Then there is the rotary cannon there. So 9 shots there. This is strength 6. So 3s to wound you. Ooh, those 1s and 2s. Yeah,
2?
just 2. These are -2, so you'll be at 3 ups, I guess.
Yep.
Now, 1 damage apiece, though, so you're still there.
All right.
How many shotguns are in range?
Oh, you got to get any? 0, 0, 0, 12-inch range?
16-inch range, because I am Ymir. 2 of them are in range.
No.
4 shots. Here we go. 3 hits, strength 5. 3's the wound, John. Ah, look at that. Yeah, they'll have AP 1 anyways.
So he lives with 1 wound left.
Yeah.
One last shot from the priest.
Yeah, the Forge Master has a grav rifle, so he's got 3 shots. He is hitting on 2s. So 3 hits, no judgment. Strength 5, so 3 to wound. So that's 2. These are going to be AP 3, 3 damage apiece.
2 at AP 3?
Yep.
All right. AP 3 goes to AP 2. 2 up, so he's a 4 up. Oof.
He did. 3 apiece.
Yep. Or Super Libby's down.
Okay, Berserk's going into the interceptors. They need a 1-inch charge. I make it with an 11.
Yeah, I'd say.
I'm going to scooch them in here because I'm going to charge in the Hearthkin Warriors too.
Want to roll them out real fast?
Yeah, I'll give them a roll. 5 will do it. They're just going to go down.
Yeah, definitely. Most
right
definitely.
here. Yeah.
All right.
All right, I've got 5 Berserks. I'm going to use this sweep attack because you do have a 4-up invuln, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to use the sweep attack because I like to roll lots of dice. Each guy gets 6 attacks. This is going to be 30 attacks. I'm going to spend 1 CP, and they get to reroll all their hits. They are auto-wounding you on 4 ups, so lots of dice.
Here we go.
All right, I'm going to pull out all my losers. And the 3s, even though they're hit, I'm just going to fish for the auto-wounds.
Gotcha.
14 auto-wounds so far. These are my full rerolls. I got 11 more on the rerolls, and I got 2 3s, so I just have to roll the wound with those. These are going to be 3s to wound. Okay, there we go.
So
Another 12 more. Looks like 26.
You said 11 and 11?
This is 14, so I'll do roll 4, 8, 12, 16, 20,
I'll just
24, 26. You just want to roll my dice?
All right. AP doesn't matter because it's going to the 4 ups. My 4
Yeah, it's AP 3. So
okay. And then you are
1 damage apiece.
1 damage. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna.
You got 7 guys
take
left.
out.
Taking out the winners.
Yeah, it's just because I'm counting wounds and stuff. It's gonna be easier.
Yeah.
So that doesn't look bad right now. Okay, so we got 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4, 5, 6.
I think you have 7 guys left.
1 man stands alone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I don't think I'm within pile-in range there.
Nope, and that's why I pulled them like that. So now the Hearthkin will not be able to fight back. And we just go to non-chargers, and then my guy gets a smack first, and he's going to try and smack the Berserkers.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not the Justicar. He's not anything. So he's just going to hit for 3 attacks. And he will get 2 hits. And he will wound you on 3s.
Yeah, T5.
1 wound.
1 wound. 5 up invuln. Ah.
That's it.
All right, now the Hecaton gets to swing back at you.
Yeah, he does.
Come on. Oh, 2 wounds.
Ah, he lives. Okay.
Well, you got to take a leadership for me.
Yep. So the mighty leadership. I'd say this is probably anything but. So
I mean, you lost in this turn. You lost 9.
Yep.
Oh, he's gone.
I lost. Wait, I lost. Oh yeah, you did shoot some down, didn't you? I
Yeah,
didn't
you
lose
lost
any.
them all. Yeah, I
didn't-
killed 3 from the Hecaton and then 6 from the
Yep.
Berserks.
So he's gone. No the CP for it, so he's out of here. So at the end of Lane's turn, we got
Aboard the Witch, I got another 7 points there. I killed 2 units plus a character one, so that's 2, 2, and 3. Ancestors are watching. I didn't finish anything off actually in the fight phase. It was only in the shooting phase, so I get 2 points for killing something with a grudge token in the shooting phase. And then grudge match, the last one was that 10 mana unit, so I get 2 points for finishing them off. And then 2 on the bonus primary.
All right, over to the Grey Knight turn. This should be a fast movement phase. All right, end of my movement phase. Not a whole lot here. These guys kind of stay where they are to keep doing what they've been doing. And we're going to try to gate these guys out of here after a purifying ritual. And Crow is going to try to get in on that Hecaton. So let's see how this psychic phase is gonna roll out for me. All right, move over to the psychic phase. Purifying ritual with the squad on objective 5. They pass. Purifying ritual on 3. They pass. Go into Gate of Infinity with my librarian. I'll spend a CP and test this on 3d6, picking the 2 highest. Well, actually, I don't have to pick 2 highest. I think I just pick one.
A2?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it is. So we're going to do that, even though he could take the mortals on that,
Yeah.
but still. So we will pass that. So I'll gate those guys in a second.
Mm-hmm.
And Crow is going to throw a 4-up invuln on them when they land by him. And a 6 is...
Probably does it.
With that one, it probably does. I'll check and see in a second when we get these guys moved. In a desperate effort to protect Castle and Crow, brought these guys over here to try to possibly soak up the Overwatch on this Hecaton if he wants to. Oh yeah, they got bumped. We're going to finish with...
Crow gets 1 more cast? Did you just...
No, Crow just got 1 cast. He gets 1. He gets 2 powers. A power, purifying ritual. Oh yeah, why was I doing smite? I should have done purifying ritual. I don't know if I did that, but anyways, regardless, we're just going to shoot at the Hecatons, the Hearthkin that are over behind the wall with Crow, and then we're going to make a charge. So 4 shots, shooting at the Hearthkin. 2 hits, and wounding on 4s. Nothing. Okay, cool. Let's go to the charge. So I am going to charge with the Interceptors into the Hecaton. I do have that 1 and 2s or 3s, so I'm going to need a 9. Do you wish to Overwatch?
How close? Crow's
They're
pretty close, huh?
Yeah, Crow's really close.
Yeah, Overwatch seems like the best place to use this right now. Any hits will automatically wound them. So we will start with the autocannon. 6 shots.
Oh yeah.
No hits.
Now does that doesn't override you need 6s to hit?
You always need to hit on whatever your ballistic skill is or whatever.
So the 4 and 5. Okay, so
yeah, the 4s and 5s do not. It doesn't create hits.
Okay.
So, like if it's bracketed or something, you still need to hit with whatever your ballistic skill is.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then these are the bolt cannons. We got 2. Maybe AP3 at this range. You put
I did get the 4-up interval on them, yeah. But that doesn't matter. All right.
2 damage apiece, so they
2 die.
2 die. Magna Rail. No.
Okay. So just the 2 die. And let's see what they charge. Looking for that 9. That is not a 9, that's a 7. They fail. So I already spent the CP, so Crow will charge in. Crow will make it on a 9.
Crow would like to punch my tank.
And then I lose 2 guys over here. Yoink, yoink. And let's get Crow's dice ready. All right, Castle and Crow, 6 attacks, hitting on 2s, no rerolls. And then he will wound you on 4s. Strength 4 goes to 5, so wound you on 5s, but then with his Warlord trait, he's not going to wound you on 4s. And that's 2 wounds.
Plus some mortals, you got a 6 there.
Yes, and I got a mortal, so the mortal is going to be D3 mortal wounds. Whew. So we got 3 mortal wounds off Crow's hit. And then you have 2 saves at -3.
Okay. 2 4-ups. Make them both. So just take the mortals.
Just taking the 3 mortals. All right, Hackathon on Crow.
Hackathon gets 6 swings. No hits.
No hits. All right,
Hit on
so
6.
well, that's going to resolve that, and we move to the end of turn. I will not score any points on. Oh no, I do get 2 points for Purifying Ritual. I don't get any on engage on all fronts, and I did not kill anyone with the teleport strike. So that's
You
going to
can
be it for
engage.
me.
Just Crow got over here.
No, but he's too close to the center.
Oh, he's in the center.
Yeah, he's got that. He's too close to. He's within 6 of the center.
Okay.
So unfortunately, no. All right, let's move over to the Votaan movement phase. That's probably going to be the end of the game. Pretty straightforward moving phase, eh?
Yeah, just going to finish off Crow and finish off those guys in the middle there. No other shenanigans because I'm doing pretty well on primaries here. All right, so he'll get +1 to hit. He'll get healed again, so he's up to 13. Doesn't really matter. Healed at the end of the movement phase. I know, right?
All right, you're gonna shoot Crow?
Shooting Crow. We'll start with a Magna Rail for funsies. Oh, it hits. He doesn't have any judgment tokens, so.
Oh, yeah, because you couldn't judge him. Okay.
I got to roll 2. Oh, there we go. That's going to be AP4.
AP4 to AP3, and then I'm a 2-up, so 5.
You get a 5-up. Oh.
He dies.
Okay, how much damage? I want to see how much damage. Good. 11.
However, Castling Crow. Nope, it's only if he dies in the fight phase.
It's only the fight phase.
Yeah, and there would be 2 CP to fight on death, so Crow is gone. And this is it right here. The final rolls of dice. What do we have shooting over here?
I'm going to start with the Pioneer Jet Bike Squad. So we're going to do 9 autocannon shots. Those are 2 damage apiece. Woo! I guess I'll spend this. Yeah, I can't spend it now. Okay, I got 1 auto wound. These are strength 7. 3s to wound. Okay, 3 at -2 at this range. 2 damage apiece.
3 at -2 on a 4-up. Well, yeah.
2 guys die.
All right, 2 die, 1 left.
And then the rotary cannon. 4s and 5s, 6s. Auto wound. Strength 6, so 3s to wound. Okay, that's 6. It's going to be -3 at this range.
-3, so still on the 4-up. And he's gone. And this is the point where we are going to call the game. So going into my turn, the only thing I can do really is score. I went first, so I'll still get my 4 points for primary for holding these 2 objectives back here with my librarian and the interceptors. Let's assume I pass both Purifying Ritual. I score 2 points. I can't get engaged. I'm not going to teleport to kill anything because there's really nothing I can teleport to kill over on his side of the field, not even like a weakened unit to try to hit. So I'll just score the Purifying Ritual and kneel. And I mean, Lane basically has the same thing. He'd like to get these guys back here so to not lose some points on his 1 secondary, but they're dug in. They're not getting out. He's not getting them.
Yeah, I don't have anything we can get over there and wipe them.
Nope. So we'll get back and give you the final score, and that's going to be the game. Well, that did not go well.
It went well for me.
That did not go well. So, Grey Knights, looking at Ark of Omens and some of the stuff we can bring, my first impression was really happy with the damage output. I think I did think that I lost the game on that turn 1 hit. Had I taken out that Hecaton in the center did so much damage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it hit a Magna Rail on my Grandmaster and dropped him to 1 wound in 1 shot.
Yeah.
So
it was odd that it was down to 1 wound. And, thinking, what if he'd done 1 more? But I failed. Right. I failed 5 out of 6 armor saves.
Right. So at what point do you look at the other side of the coin and go, okay, so I was only at 1 wound, but what if you rolled a little bit better and he was at 4, 5, or 6 wounds? And it's not, oh, he was at 1 wound. It's, oh, I really didn't do the damage.
Mm-hmm.
I think need a little more command points to mount a strike like that. I know where I can get one command point from right off rip. Castle and Crow. Castle and Crow failed horribly. I mean, I love the model. I think mine came out really good.
Hmm.
And so I had the couple points and I was like, oh, I'm just going to throw him. I'm going to bring him in there. Wanted to shake off the rust with Grey Knights. It's been a long time since I played them. So getting kind of feeling like how to stack these powers and make sure I have enough command points. I don't think I had enough command points going into turn one for what I was trying to do. Dropping Crow and getting one more command point, I think that would help tremendously.
Because you use the Ark of Omens detachment, where
Correct.
for extra, in order to get to more HQs, you need to spend.
Not more or less the HQs. It was to get away from taking strike.
Right. Okay.
Entirely. So I can drop. So with a little more time, I think if I take the biggest takeaway is Crow Crow wasn't going to do anything in this list. So I can pull Crow out, probably go into a Tech Priest. I didn't have my Tech Priest ready. He would have been able to heal in other matchups, but I could have gone into him or possibly a Dreadnought for some long range fire. I think that future builds, I will drop Crow out and get a little more time to be able to figure out what do I actually want in there. So that was kind of tough to figure out right off whip. On the side though, the damage, I was very happy with what the Dread Knights did. I mean, in 2 turns, I was very close to removing 2 Hecaton land fortresses.
Yeah.
That says a lot right there. So I'm going to look into that a little bit, see with some of the damage, see with some of the powers, and maybe some stratagems. It's been a while since I played Great Knights, and that was the first time I ran the Super Librarian. He was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed him, and I think I'll end up seeing him again soon.
Yeah.
So, but that's for the Grey Knights. Didn't really didn't score as high as I wanted to. I got aggressive into it, was trying to push you back and score late. Had I pushed you away, then I could have scored late. Had I not lost my entire army hitting you, then I would have had units for Purifying Ritual. But I wasn't able to push you back, wasn't able to push through you. What do you feel was the biggest benefactor that prevented my army from being able to push through to you? Where was your defense at?
Well, one thing is that I always run Ymir, which gives me the 4-up invuln and on the Hecatons and 5-up invuln and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And when all your infantry and your jet bikes are 4-up armor, having that 5-up invuln makes a big difference, especially on the Berserks, because their only save is a 6-up armor save unless you give them the 5-up invuln from Ymir. So I think that makes a big difference. A lot of folks who are playing Votaan are taking Greater Thurian League, which actually puts out more damage. It has a stronger damage output ability, but you don't get the invulns.
Right.
And so they put out more damage, but your army would have done a lot more work into the Greater Thurian League, Votan build. So that's why I like taking Ymirs, because I want that invuln just to make everything more durable.
So was there ever a point during this game where you were actually concerned that you might get pushed back, that you might get pushed through?
I mean, Grey Knights have a lot of Storm Bolters, and like I said, the Votan Hearthkin Warriors, the infantry, only have a 4-up save, and the jet bikes only have a 4-up save. So mass fire into them, lots of Storm Bolter shots, does do the work on them. Because I didn't put my jet bikes forward until I knew I was able to pick up those 3 Dread Knights in one turn. If I had put them forward sooner, you probably would have been able to pick some off with mortals and then put some storm bolter shots into them and remove them a lot quicker. I mean, your one squad of interceptors, when they got into them in combat, did a pretty good job on them. So I think just keeping them back in the backfield until it was time for them to really, take advantage of the accumulation of
The board
grudge
presence,
tokens.
the threat,
Yeah, and be able to really get out there. And the fact, just the fact that I was able to pick up 3 Dread Knights in one turn is crazy.
That's a lot to be said there. A lot of testament to the firepower that Votaan have. And, if you look and go, oh, well, that's not always going to happen. But when you go and look at how the damage is being dealt out there with the grudge tokens and everything else, you're reducing the amount of times that you're picking up and rolling the dice with those grudge tokens. So it's less room for error. And when those Magna Rails hit home, I mean, it's just, how many points are those costing you on the basic infantry?
The infantry ones, the Magna Rails are 20 points. You can take one
20.
for 10 guys.
20 points for a am I having the lucky day gun.
Yeah.
20
And then
points
it
for
all
a gun
comes
that
down. It all comes down to whether they hit and wound or not. I played against an Eldar player a couple months ago, and turn one, all four of my Magna Rails. I had one on the truck and then three on the infantry squads. All three of them hit. All three of them wounded. And Eldar depend on their invuln saves quite a bit. And when you're ignoring that, it just tore through wave serpents and then whatever their attack vehicles are.
Right.
I did 600 points of damage in one turn.
That's
It's
insane.
like, how well does my army play into Eldar? I don't know. I know that if all the Magna Rails hit and they all wound, it does pretty well.
If you roll a lot of sixes,
Right?
you win.
Yeah. It turns
if you
out
roll
that
a lot of ones,
good dice
you
make
lose.
all the difference. But having that stratagem with the Magna Rail just to make it hit automatically, I can pick one weapon and have one shot from it just hit for one CP.
I feel like the Votaan have a lot of stratagems that really prevent your opponent from hitting you early and allow you to have the time to remove certain targets before fast-moving, sudden, direct damage can be hit.
Yeah.
It's tough to get around it. Grey Knights are able to with the being able to gate infinity in the psychic phase, but it is something that's tough to get around and really makes you think about those things. So, all in all, was there anything you tend to with your army? I've noticed, and with this is with a lot of armies and how you build, it's very symmetrical. 2 hackathons. I mean, 3 on the Hearthkin, but you need 3 troops. You don't build into what traditionally in the old school term would be a star build, where you have a unit that you're like, this is going to be my mean mamma jamma. Where I had like my Dread Knight tonight, he was someone who I wanted to carry my army throughout it, and you don't typically have that in that push.
Well,
So
with the Ark of Omen detachment that'll be available, I'm going to try to drop all the infantry and replace them with 3 6-man bike squads. So that's I might go all in on bikes and see how that works.
that'll be interesting to see. But with that being said, and with the Grey Knights and how I was hitting you on the flanks, on the left and the right and stuff like that, did you? I mean, did you feel pressure that like, oh crap, I'm going to lose my hackathons here, and we're going to be playing this game without a hackathon here so shortly?
Yeah, losing 1 is all right. Losing 2 would be pretty bad. So if I had failed one more armor save and lost the one that was down to 1 wound, that would have put me in a rough spot. But just being able to bring, even 1 is not so bad. It's 300, maybe 320 points for a hackathon. So losing 1 is a loss, but it's not overwhelming. Losing 2 would have been huge.
All right, let's close it out. Who's your MVP? My vote is that hackathon.
Yeah.
He lived. He healed himself.
He's the hero, and since that he came back,
the Grandmaster out to oblivion.
He did a lot of work, and picked up Castellan Crow at the end there too. So,
I want Crow to be good. I want him to be good so badly, but his warlord traits are selfish. He provides really no buffs for the army. He can be a blender for infantry, but that's about it.
I think with all your storm bolters, you don't need anything else that can take out infantry. You've got a lot of shots. So maybe something else will be more beneficial.
Right. Well, and I might give it some time. I need to micromanage into the interceptors and see how many of these do I really need. Like I probably could run with just 5 squads. So I could take the one big 10-man brick, a 5-man brick, and another 10-man that I can combat squad off to give me 3 5-mans and a big 10-man and go with that. I love having the 10-man halberd. They do a lot of damage, and as we saw with the bikes, but I mean, it's really difficult, even with Armor Contempt, and we're going to be losing Armor Contempt here. It's really still difficult to have anything stand in front of anything for Votaan, because any single unit, can eliminate just about any power armor unit in the game. Power armor, not Terminator armor.
Yeah.
Terminator armor gives you a little bit more time.
But even the basic bolters are AP1, and in this league, when I get within half range of something that has a judgment token, it goes up to AP2. And when you lose Armor Contempt, that's going to be a big deal, especially on a unit that can ignore light cover. So the bolters do some work.
Well, Lane, thank you for coming over
and thanks for having
beating me up late at night. I'll get this out there soon. And guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like, share, turn on notifications, leave comments below, and we'll see what videos I can get made in the future, and look forward to making some more battle reports soon. Until next time, guys, have a good night.